Navigating the journey of aging with grace. 9 key behaviors to avoid in your golden years. Aging is a journey we all must take, but how we navigate that journey defines the quality of our experience. As we step into our later years, many of us begin to reflect on what truly matters: our relationships, our legacies, and the wisdom we've gained along the way. However, this stage of life also presents unique challenges that can impact how we're perceived by others and, more importantly, how we perceive ourselves. It's easy to fall into habits that, over time, may rob us of the dignity and respect we deserve. While physical aging is inevitable, how we carry ourselves and interact with others is within our control. We can choose to age gracefully, nurturing our relationships and cultivating a sense of self worth that transcends the passing years. The key lies in avoiding behaviors that isolate us or diminish our ability to connect with the world around us. In this expanded guide, we'll explore 9 key behaviors that can hinder our path to graceful aging and offer insights into how to avoid them. Each point will provide deeper reflections on how to foster a more mindful, dignified approach to life as we age. 1. Monopolizing conversations. As we age, we naturally accumulate stories, memories of our youth, lessons from our careers, moments with our families. It's easy to feel that these stories hold more weight because they're backed by decades of experience. However, one of the most common mistakes we make as we grow older is dominating conversations, sometimes without even realizing it. The desire to share our experiences can lead us to monopolize discussions, leaving little room for others to speak. This behavior can alienate friends, family, and even casual acquaintances. Younger people in particular may feel that their voices are being overshadowed by older individuals who seem more interested in speaking than in listening. Moreover, constantly steering conversations toward our own experiences can come across as self-centered, even if that's not our intention. Expanding perspective. Consider a social gathering where a group of friends or family members is discussing a recent event. You may have insights from a similar experience decades ago, and the temptation to share can be strong. However, before jumping in, take a moment to reflect on whether your input will enhance the conversation or simply shift the focus back to yourself. There's value in allowing others, especially younger generations, to share their perspectives without feeling overshadowed. Moreover, actively listening, truly engaging with what others are saying, shows respect and fosters deeper connections. By giving others the space to speak, you not only enrich the conversation, but also create an environment where they feel valued. Listening is a form of generosity, and it's often more impactful than the stories we tell. Practical approach. If you find yourself dominating conversations, consider setting a mental limit on how much you contribute. For example, after sharing one story, make a conscious effort to ask others about their thoughts or experiences. Phrases like, "What do you think?" or "I'd love to hear your perspective" invite others into the conversation and show that you value their input. Deeper takeaway. Cultivating a reputation as someone who listens more than they speak is a hallmark of wisdom. The ability to step back, observe, and listen deeply to others is often more powerful than sharing your own stories. It signals humility, patience, and a genuine interest in those around you. As you age, aim to become a conversationalist who enriches dialogue not by dominating it, but by thoughtfully contributing and listening. 2. Excessive bragging. We all want to be proud of our achievements, our families, and our successes. But as we age, there's a fine line between sharing our pride and coming across as boastful. Unfortunately, many older adults fall into the habit of excessive bragging, whether it's about personal accomplishments, wealth, or most commonly, their children or grandchildren. Boasting, particularly when it's done frequently, can push people away. It can make us seem self-absorbed and disconnected from the realities of others. This is especially true when we boast about things that others might struggle with, such as family, health, or financial success. What we see as a source of pride might be a source of pain or insecurity for someone else. Expanding perspective. Imagine sitting with a friend who's had a difficult life. Perhaps they've faced financial hardships or their children are struggling. In this context, constantly bringing up your own children's successes or your financial stability can unintentionally create distance. While you may not mean any harm, it can make your friend feel inadequate or resentful. This doesn't mean you should hide your pride, but it does mean being mindful of how and when you share. Boasting can also reflect deeper insecurities. The need to constantly seek validation from others may indicate that we're not as confident in our achievements as we appear. People who are truly secure in their accomplishments don't feel the need to bring them up in every conversation. They allow their lives to speak for themselves. Practical approach. Instead of focusing on what you've achieved, try shifting the focus to what you've learned. Share stories that highlight lessons rather than successes. For example, instead of saying, "My children are so successful," you might say, "I've learned so much about patience and support through my journey as a parent." This not only conveys humility, but also invites others to reflect on their own experiences. Deep, Deeper takeaway. The most admirable people are often those who don't need to boast. Their accomplishments are evident in how they carry themselves, how they treat others, and the quiet confidence they exude. As we age, focusing less on external achievements and more on internal growth can help us build stronger, more meaningful connections. 3. Judging people based on first impressions. One of the more subtle pitfalls of aging is the tendency to become set in our ways. This includes how we judge others. With decades of life experience behind us, it's easy to feel that we've seen it all and can quickly assess people based on first impressions. However, this kind of snap judgment can close us off to meaningful relationships and limit our understanding of the people around us. As we age, we may become more likely to judge others based on superficial traits, appearance, age, background, or even political views. While this might seem harmless, it can actually be a barrier to forming deep, lasting connections with people who could enrich our lives. Moreover, it perpetuates stereotypes and prejudices that prevent us from seeing people as they truly are. Expanding perspective. Think of a time when someone judged you unfairly. Perhaps they assumed something about you based on your appearance or misunderstood your intentions. How did that make you feel? Now consider that you might be doing the same to others, even unintentionally. Every person carries a unique story, and first impressions often fail to capture the complexity of that story. Instead of relying on initial judgments, make a conscious effort to get to know people on a deeper level. Ask questions, listen without preconceived notions, and allow them the space to reveal who they truly are. This approach not only helps you form stronger relationships, but also challenges your own biases, leading to personal growth. Practical approach. The next time you meet someone new, try to reserve judgment. Instead of mentally categorizing them based on their appearance or what little you know about them, approach the interaction with curiosity. Ask open-ended questions like, "What's been your biggest challenge this year?" Or, "What are you passionate about?" These types of questions invite deeper conversations and allow you to see the person behind the first impression. Deeper takeaway. Wisdom isn't just about knowing, it's about understanding. And true understanding comes from listening, observing, and withholding judgment. As we age, cultivating a mindset of openness rather than certainty can help us form more authentic connections with others and keep our minds sharp and receptive to new experiences. 4. Neglecting personal appearance. There's a common sentiment among older adults that as we age, we no longer need to worry about our appearance. After all, inner beauty is what truly matters, right? While it's true that our character and kindness are far more important than superficial looks, neglecting our appearance altogether can have unintended consequences, not only in how others perceive us, but in how we feel about ourselves. Taking care of our appearance is not about clinging to youth, but about maintaining self-respect and dignity. When we stop caring about how we look, it can affect our self-esteem, leading to feelings of inadequacy or even depression. Moreover, how we present ourselves sends a message to the world about our mindset. A neat, well-groomed appearance suggests that we're engaged with life and still take pride in ourselves, while a neglected appearance may signal withdrawal or apathy. Expanding perspective. Think about how you feel after a fresh haircut or when you put on a nice outfit. There's a sense of renewal, a boost in confidence that comes from looking your best. Now, imagine seeing a friend you haven't seen in years. They've stopped taking care of themselves. Their clothes are worn, their hair unkempt. What impression does that leave? It's important to remember that maintaining our appearance isn't about vanity. It's about preserving our sense of self and showing others that we still care about the life we're living. Even small efforts, like wearing clean, well-fitting clothes or keeping up with basic grooming, can make a significant difference in how we feel and how others respond to us. Practical approach. If you've fallen into the habit of neglecting your appearance, start with small changes. Perhaps it's time to revisit the barber or hair salon, or maybe you could invest in a few new pieces of clothing that make you feel good. Even a little self-care can go a long way in boosting your confidence and maintaining your dignity as you age. Deeper takeaway. Self-care is a reflection of self-respect. By taking care of your appearance, you're not just maintaining how others see you, you're nurturing your own sense of worth and pride. It's a simple but powerful way to remind yourself that you're still engaged with life, no matter how many years have passed. 5. Expecting respect without earning it. There was a time when simply reaching a certain age automatically commanded respect, but times have changed, and respect is no longer something that's given purely based on seniority. Younger generations, in particular, are more independent in their thinking, and they often challenge traditional hierarchies of respect. As older adults, we might feel frustrated when we're not treated with the deference we feel we deserve. However, it's important to recognize that respect is earned, not demanded. If we expect younger people to respect us simply because we are older, we risk alienating them or coming across as out of touch. True respect comes from how we treat others, regardless of age. Expanding perspective. Imagine walking into a room and assuming that because of your age, everyone will automatically defer to your opinions or decisions. When that doesn't happen, it's easy to feel slighted or disrespected. However, rather than expecting others to give us respect, we must first show them respect by listening to their perspectives, being open to new ideas, and demonstrating kindness and understanding. Respect is a two-way street. Just as we want younger people to respect our years of experience, we must also respect their insights, their independence, and their contributions to the world. By approaching others with humility and a willingness to learn as well as teach, we create an atmosphere of mutual respect that benefits everyone. Practical approach. The next time you're interacting with someone younger, try to set aside any expectations of automatic respect. Instead, focus on building a relationship based on mutual understanding and kindness. Show interest in their experiences and perspectives, and offer your own insights with humility rather than authority. Deeper takeaway. Respect is something we cultivate through our actions, not something we're entitled to simply because of our age. By treating others, regardless of their age, with the same respect we hope to receive, we create stronger, more meaningful relationships. And in doing so, we earn the kind of respect that lasts. 6. Holding on to grudges. As the years pass, it's easy to accumulate grievances, whether from family disputes, old friendships that ended poorly, or even misunderstandings that were never resolved. Holding on to these grudges can weigh us down emotionally, robbing us of the peace and joy we deserve in our later years. Yet, Many older adults find it difficult to let go of past hurts, believing that forgiveness means letting others off the hook. However, holding on to grudges only harms us. It keeps us stuck in the past, unable to move forward and enjoy the present. Forgiveness, on the other hand, is a gift we give ourselves. It allows us to release the emotional baggage that weighs us down and make room for new, positive experiences. Expanding perspective. Think of a grudge you've held for years. Perhaps it's with a family member, a friend, or even a colleague. How has holding on to that anger or resentment affected your life? Has it brought you peace? Or has it kept you from fully enjoying your relationships and experiences? Now, imagine what it would feel like to let go of that grudge, to forgive not because the other person deserves it, but because you deserve peace. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or excusing hurtful behavior. It means choosing to move on, to prioritize your own well-being over the need for retribution. Practical approach. If you're holding on to a grudge, take the time to reflect on whether it's serving you. Consider writing a letter to the person involved, not to send, but to express your feelings and begin the process of letting go. By acknowledging your pain and choosing forgiveness, you free yourself from the emotional burden that's been weighing you down. Deeper takeaway. Life is too short to carry the weight of past hurts. By choosing forgiveness, you're choosing to live with a lighter heart and a clearer mind. Letting go of grudges is one of the most powerful steps you can take toward emotional freedom and peace in your later years. 7. Resisting change. One of the challenges of aging is the tendency to become resistant to change. We've spent decades building routines, forming opinions, and establishing our way of life. As a result, we may find it difficult to adapt to new ideas, technologies, or ways of thinking. However, resisting change can isolate us from the world around us, preventing us from staying connected and engaged with life. Change is inevitable, and while it can be uncomfortable, it also brings new opportunities for growth and connection. Whether it's learning to use new technology, trying a new hobby, or embracing different perspectives, staying open to change helps us maintain a sense of relevance and vitality. Expanding perspective. Think about the changes you've resisted in recent years, whether it's learning to use a smartphone, adopting new habits, or adjusting to societal shifts. What's been the impact of that resistance? Has it kept you from staying connected to the people and things that matter most? Now consider what it would be like to embrace those changes. Rather than seeing them as threats to your way of life, view them as opportunities for growth and learning. By staying open to change, you remain engaged with the world around you and continue to grow as a person, no matter your age. Practical approach. If you're struggling with change, start small. Choose one area of your life where you can be more adaptable, whether it's learning a new skill, trying a different routine, or opening yourself up to new ideas. By gradually embracing change, you'll find that it becomes less daunting and more rewarding. Deeper takeaway. Adaptability is a key to aging gracefully. By staying open to change, you keep your mind sharp, your spirit flexible, and your connection strong. Embracing change isn't just about keeping up with the times. It's about remaining fully engaged with life, no matter what stage you're in. 8. Avoiding emotional vulnerability. As we age, it's common to become more guarded with our emotions. We may have experienced loss, disappointment, or hurt over the years, and the instinct to protect ourselves by keeping our feelings inside can become stronger. However, avoiding emotional vulnerability can prevent us from forming deep, meaningful connections with others, especially as we get older. Being vulnerable isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength and emotional maturity. By opening ourselves up to others, we create the possibility for deeper connections, greater understanding, and stronger relationships. Vulnerability allows us to express our true selves rather than hiding behind walls of self protection. Expanding perspective. Think about the relationships in your life that matter most. How have they been affected by your willingness or unwillingness to be emotionally open? Have you held back out of fear of being hurt, only to find that the distance has grown wider as a result? Now, consider what it would feel like to allow yourself to be vulnerable with the people you trust, to share your fears, your hopes, and your emotions without fear of judgment. Vulnerability fosters intimacy, trust, and deeper bonds, all of which are crucial for emotional well being as we age. Practical approach. If you've been avoiding emotional vulnerability, start by sharing something small with someone you trust. It could be a fear, a regret, or a hope for the future. By taking this step, you'll begin to build the kind of emotional connections that bring meaning and fulfillment to your later years. Deeper takeaway. Emotional vulnerability is the key to deep, meaningful relationships. By allowing yourself to be open and honest with the people you care about, you create space for true connection and understanding. And in doing so, you enrich your life in ways that go far beyond physical health or material success. 9. Becoming too attached to the past. As we grow older, it's natural to look back on the past with fondness, longing for the good old days when life seemed simpler, more predictable, and filled with opportunity. However, becoming too attached to the past can prevent us from fully living in the present. It can create a sense of dissatisfaction with where we are now and keep us from embracing new experiences. While it's important to honor and cherish our memories, it's equally important to remain open to the present and the future. Life continues to offer new opportunities for growth, connection, and joy, even as we age. By focusing too much on the past, we risk missing out on the beauty and richness of the life we still have. Expanding perspective. Think about the memories you hold dear. Perhaps it's a time in your youth when everything seemed possible, or a moment of success or joy that you've carried with you for years. While these memories are precious, they can also create a sense of nostalgia that prevents you from seeing the opportunities that exist in the here and now. Now, consider what it would feel like to shift your focus from the past to the present, to embrace the opportunities that still lie ahead, rather than dwelling on what's behind you. By living fully in the present, you open yourself up to new experiences, new relationships, and new joys. Practical approach. If you find yourself dwelling too much on the past, try setting aside time each day to focus on the present. Engage in activities that bring you joy now, whether it's spending time with loved ones, exploring a new hobby, or simply enjoying the beauty of nature. By actively participating in the present, you'll find that life continues to offer meaning and fulfillment, no matter your age. Deeper takeaway. The past is a part of who we are, but it doesn't define who we can become. By letting go of excessive attachment to the past, we free ourselves to live fully in the present and embrace the future with open arms. Aging gracefully means finding balance, honoring the past while remaining fully engaged with the life that's still unfolding before us. Thank you for watching the entire video. If you find these stories inspiring and motivating, please comment 1. If not, comment 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Thank you for your valuable time.